Number 10. Switzerland. Switzerland is a mountainous Central European country with 8,654,622 population. The economy of Switzerland is one of the world's most advanced free market economies. The service sector has come to play a significant economic role, particularly the Swiss banking industry and tourism. The gross domestic product in Switzerland was worth $703.08 billion in 2019 and expected to be $650.00 billion by the end of 2020. Also, the GDP per capita in Switzerland was $79,406.70 in 2019 and expected to reach $77,200 by the end of 2020. Number 9. Kuwait. Officially the state of Kuwait, is a country in Western Asia with 4,270,571 population. The economy of Kuwait is rely on petroleum. However, the financial industry also has a considerable support in Kuwait economy. The gross domestic product, GDP, in Kuwait was worth $134.76 billion in 2019 and expected to reach $131.00 billion by the end of 2020. The gross domestic product per capita in Kuwait was last recorded at $32,697.33 in 2019 and predicted to reach $30,000 by the end of 2020. Number 8. United Arab Emirates. The United Arab Emirates, sometimes simply called the Emirates, is a sovereign state in Western Asia at the eastern end of the Arabian Peninsula with 9,890,402. The UAE has been successfully diversifying its economy, particularly in Dubai, but still remains heavily reliant on revenues from petroleum and natural gas, which continue to play a central role in its economy, especially in Abu Dhabi. The gross domestic product, GDP, in the United Arab Emirates was worth $421.14 billion in 2019 and expected to reach $375.00 billion by the end of 2020. The gross domestic product per capita in the United Arab Emirates was last recorded at $41,420.50 in 2019 and projected to be $39,500 by the end of 2020. Number 7. Norway. Norway is a Scandinavian country encompassing mountains, glaciers and deep coastal fjords with 5,421,241 population. The economy of Norway is a highly developed mixed economy with state ownership in strategic areas and highly depend on agriculture, timber, and fishing. The gross domestic product, GDP, in Norway was worth $403.34 billion in 2019 and expected to reach $360.00 billion by the end of 2020. The gross domestic product per capita in Norway was last recorded at $92,556.30 in 2019 and GDP per capita in Norway is expected to reach $89,000 by the end of 2020. Number 6. Brunei Darussalam. Brunei is a tiny nation on the island of Borneo, in two distinct sections surrounded by Malaysia and the South China Sea with 437,479 population. The economy of Brunei, a small and wealthy country, is a mixture of foreign and domestic entrepreneurship, government regulation and welfare measures, and village traditions. It is almost entirely supported by exports of crude oil and natural gas, with revenues from the petroleum sector accounting for over half of GDP. The gross domestic product in Brunei was worth $13.47 billion in 2019 and expected to reach BND $4.56 billion by end of 2020. Also, the GDP per capita in Brunei is expected to reach $31,900 by the end of 2020. Number 5. Ireland. Ireland is an island in the North Atlantic with 4,937,786 population. The economy of the Republic of Ireland is a highly developed knowledge economy, focused on services in high-tech, life sciences, financial services and agribusiness, including agri-food. The gross domestic product per capita in Ireland was last recorded at $79,703.40 in 2019 and GDP in Ireland is expected to reach $340.00 billion by the end of 2020. GDP per capita in Ireland is expected to reach $77,000 by the end of 2020. Number 4. Singapore. The population in Singapore is about 5,703,600. The economy of Singapore is a highly developed free market economy. State-owned enterprises play a substantial role in Singapore's economy. According to World Bank data, GDP in Singapore is worth $337.451 billion. The gross domestic product per capita in Singapore was last recorded at $58,829.60 in 2019 and predicted to be $58,500 by the end of 2020. Number 3. Luxembourg. Luxembourg is a small European country, surrounded by Belgium, France, and Germany with 613,894. The economy of Luxembourg is largely dependent on the banking, steel, and industrial sectors. GDP in Luxembourg is expected to reach $67.00 billion by the end of 2020 and the GDP per capita in Luxembourg in 2020 is $112,045. Number 2. Macau. Macau is a city and special administrative region of the People's Republic of China with a population of about 650,000. Macau is a capitalist service economy largely based on casino gaming and tourism. It is the world's 83rd largest economy, with a nominal GDP of approximately $53.9 billion. Although Macau has one of the highest per capita GDPs, which is $38,769, the territory also has a high level of wealth disparity. Macau's gaming industry is the largest in the world, generating over $24 billion in revenue and about 7 times larger than that of Las Vegas. Number 1. Qatar. Qatar is a Middle East country with 2,881,053 population. Qatar's economy is highly dependent on oil and gas extraction, which accounts for more than 50% of GDP, 85% of export earnings, and 70% of government revenues. According to the World Bank data, the GDP in Qatar was worth $183.47 billion in 2019, and it is expected to reach $160.00 billion by the end of 2020. Also, the GDP per capita in Qatar is expected to reach $61,650 by the end of 2020.